Hello there. This is another virtual memory, and I have a Liam who also owns a channel called Sowhart on the internet. Hello there.
Greetings, everybody.
Hello there. So then, Liam, Sowhart,
Mhm.
what would you say is your fondest memory about video games?
Oh, that's a tough one.
That's a toughie.
Well, I'd say the first memory I ever had of gaming was when I ever first got my first ever game ever, which was Spyro 2
Sweet.
for the PS1, which took me a good few years to beat, and I really enjoyed that as my first ever experience. But I think the main franchise that really stuck to me most had to be Oddworld because I've had a big memory of me and my dad playing that together when I was a kid. I used to just watch him all the time, just sitting there watching him play it, and I think that probably has to be one of my main memories of gaming.
Sweet. So, what is it about the Oddworld franchises that entices you so much?
Oh, where to begin? I'd have to say just everything about it, just the sheer atmosphere behind it, the start of it being all dark and then becoming goofy, the whole just idea behind it, just the wackiness and the great backstory and basically everything to it. I just love it.
Does have a lot of good backstory and a lot of lore to the
hmm
place.
Yeah.
So then, what would you say is your favorite game now out of the well, four? I'd
Yeah.
say I'd say four games because I guess you could say the HDs are count, but it's still the same game, isn't it?
Well, when I first saw New and Tasty, I did have a bit of a fangasm moment, as does
it,
everyone.
it is good.
I'd have to say that Abe's Exodus would be my favorite because I don't know. I just felt that it was better
Just
in. It was like when you had Abe's Odyssey for the first time.
yeah,
Oddworld inhabitants they didn't really know all too well. Well, they kind of knew what they were getting into, but then when Exodus came around, they were like, okay, we know how to do this. We can expand on this and make it better, and that's what they did, which I found they did brilliantly with a newer plot. They could become a bit more goofy with it because you can definitely tell from Odyssey and Exodus that Exodus is a bit more goofy
oh yeah,
than Odyssey, if that makes sense.
yeah, definitely. I mean, I can name way more just daft moments from Exodus than Odyssey. It just, I
Yeah.
mean, I'd say for one is really early in the start where you first meet the blind Mudokan
Oh,
in the CGI cutscene, and he just falls right off the cliff.
I actually did have a funny moment which I posted a video recently where I was actually recording the game with a friend, but he couldn't hear it, and he started just muttering over the cutscene as if what he think would be going on.
Oh man, I'll have to hunt for that. Put a link in the description. Oh, that's cool. So then, what would you what would you think if they created a new? Because they're obviously fishing for money doing the HD remakes of the four games that they have. I feel as though they've got a lot more money now than
Mm.
they ever have. And with the new announcement of Exodus getting an HD remake, I know it's so cool.
My childhood is going to kick me in the arse even more.
You know, because they've added it's 300 Mudokons in the new and tasty, right?
I hope they don't add any more in Exodus.
It's
That
like
would just be
900.
I can't even save for 300. 3,000.
3,000. Oh no.
It's too much.
But I was thinking, what if all of this fishing for extra purchase is actually gaining for a new game, a brand new one, new story?
I think they're planning to make Squeak's Odyssey, which they had plans to do before, but it got cancelled
I do remember
because
hearing stuff about that, but it just went under the radar. Just
yeah, because I do know about the pentology that they had going with the whole. It was originally going to be five Odyssey titles, one for each hero of Oddworld, but then they kind of just stopped after Munchie's Odyssey.
yeah, they only did three because they
Yeah,
say Oddworld isn't doesn't count. Not Oddworld, Odyssey doesn't count, does it? It's It's
Mm.
like the introduction of the world, and Exodus is Abe's
Abe's like
main.
bonus game,
Yeah,
as they call it. Stranger Wrath's also the bonus game.
yeah. I did. What did you think about Stranger Wrath?
I haven't actually played it much, really. If that's my, you know,
Well,
guilty pleasure, I
it's
haven't actually
yeah,
played it.
it's it's a weird one. I mean, I guess it counts because it's Oddworld, but I don't
Yeah.
know. They tried it's definitely got the goof in it. It's got the humor, so you can tell it's made by them. But yeah, I don't know.
It's different.
It's too different, I think.
I think it's because it's different because it's set in a completely different location of Oddworld because we don't know how big Oddworld is. We've only seen one teeny little part portion of it. Because there's a map you can actually find where it shows Abe's journey through one particular part of Oddworld, and it's tiny compared to what could be Oddworld.
Oh my word,
Yeah.
that's scary to think
Apparently,
about.
all of Abe's stuff is set in, I think it's called West Mudos, which is a continent of Oddworld, and then Stranger's Wrath is set in a completely different location, apparently.
Oh right. Well, that kind of makes sense. But uh, but yeah. So have you have you played Monsters Odyssey then?
I never really, I had the Game Boy version, but I never really had the original console version ever. But I did recently try the PC version,
Ah,
and I don't know, really, it's kind of a bit different to get into with the whole 3D aspect because if you're used to the 2D gameplay of Odyssey and Exodus, it's a little bit harder to jump to the 3D in a way. I
exactly.
think they did okay with it, but from what I saw, it wasn't to the best extent that it could have been in a way.
No, but it, from a lot of examples from hundreds of franchises, it's really difficult to have a franchise that was built in 2D to suddenly jump to 3D.
Yeah,
And it's sometimes it's hit and miss, and it takes a while to get the formula. But they never went back to Abe's or Munch's area of living. They just did Munch's Odyssey and left it. Not saying that was a bad thing because for what it was, I enjoyed Munch's Odyssey. I mean, again, I agree with you. It wasn't the best it could have been, but it wasn't that bad either. I'd say
mm.
it's. But it's.
I like the story to it.
Oh yeah, I
The
think
story is just perfect.
the story in all the games I think is good. But that's what you get though when your lead director's a story writer. You know, that's his profession. Mr. Lawn, he.
The legendary limitless luscious lawn land.
Oh
It's
wow,
a bit of a Cadicarus reference there.
Cardigarous. God, he's a character.
Yeah. I think the main one of the main reasons why I love Odyssey and Exodus, well, Abe's Odyssey and Abe's Exodus, not to mistake Manchester Odyssey. The reason why I love those two so much is how I can remember so much about the game itself. Like if I played, say, Odyssey now, I'd go, "Oh yeah, I know there's a secret there. I know there's a secret there. I know there's a secret there. I know what I do here." You know, I think I can get a regular run through of the game about 2 hours, get the good
Oh,
ending.
2 hours, my word, that's incredible.
Yeah.
You could speedrun that.
No, I actually plan to do one actually a while back. I've with my current new group channel, those three games which I've got going, I did a pre-recording of Abe's Odyssey, which we were originally going to do for my first series, but we felt that I'm going to do it live instead.
Oh,
And in total, it came to about 2 hours 30 minutes of all
that's
the sessions put together.
that's pretty good.
Kind of
That's oh,
PC version, mind you, which doesn't make any difference, but
yeah, it's
yeah,
still the same game.
still the same game,
Yeah,
except for some graphical differences.
of course. Yeah, well, PC can handle stuff that PlayStation One couldn't, obviously.
Well,
But
I say
that's
graphical differences. It's just things like the levers are greens for some reason. That's it.
well. How about this? What if I told you that? What if I told you that they were thinking of making a third branch of Abe,
Hmm.
like Odyssey to introduce him, Exodus to get a feel for who he is, his character, what he's about, and how brave he can be, despite having pretty much no defenses or attacking at all. Everything's just stealth and just fumbling around. And what if I told you the third game? excluding the other two, of Abe's adventures would be to finally take out the Magog cartel. What
Hmm.
would you think of that?
The Magog cartel there, if I remember correctly, that's a bit thing to I keep forgetting about. That's the whole are those the
That's
the
like
Gluckans
yeah,
and all
that's
that.
like the whole Gluckan
Well,
Empire.
he's been doing that from the start, really, hasn't he?
Hmm. He's
He took down Rupture Farms all by himself. He blew the crap out of Soulstone Brew. But to be fair, that's only because of those three dumb Gluckans in that one
yeah,
cutscene who just were yelling at the top of their voice.
just just
Didn't even notice I was there.
oh yeah, it, it really is just their fault. No, no. Oh my word, you're right. If they
I literally can recall that cutscene. It's just them yelling, yelling. What if he gets to the boiler? He's right there in the background.
yeah, terrible security. They got no security. What was with that? They got the one slig on the phone, but that was it.
And then they say, we'll lock the place down. You have to be invisible to get in. And all you do is like shut down three of it. Yeah, no, no, he shuts down Rupture Farms. Then he shuts down. He blows up Necrom. Then he shuts down Boneworks. Then he shuts down. Well, sort of shuts down the Slig Barracks. Then he sort of shuts down Fico Depot in a way. It's still functional, but then he blows up Soulstone Bruce. So he's taken down like almost seven places.
At least, yeah, he is taking down. Now that you mention it, yeah,
Jeez, that's I didn't even think about.
he is hurting a lot of the industry just single-handedly.
And this is one Madoka we're on about.
Yeah, that either says a lot about Abe, like to say like he's a powerful just character,
Don't fuck with Abe, we'll come and blow your house up.
exactly, or the Gluckins are just absolutely
Stupid.
stupid.
Yeah.
Just, and all this time everyone's been fearing them, but in fact they're just incompetent. Nothing.
Yeah, that is the thing that going back to the whole they realised they could be goofy is that in Odyssey, you saw the Gluckans as these dark, kind of gritty, industrialized characters. I mean, you never hear their full voices. You hear like Mullock, but you never really understand what he's saying or any of them. They just like make grumbling noises. And
Oh,
then
true.
you jump to Exodus, and they're all like, "Hi guys!" It's like, it's like what? What happened?
You got a point there. There was a lot more character direction in the
I got
second game.
twice the flavor.
Oh, I forgot about the French one.
That's actually
Oh,
what I would like the Exodus remake to be named as Oddworld Twice the Flavor.
oh yes. Oh, we got to tweet Oddworld that. Yes, that's a
Yes.
great name.
I
I
was
would
thinking because Oddworld new and tasty. It makes sense because new and tasty, which
exactly.
and then that's like a catchphrase, twice the flavor or don't think drinkle, so that could work.
Yeah, yeah. Oh
Because
my god.
wasn't it a fan's idea to call it new and tasty as well?
Yeah, yeah, it was. Now that you mention it, they were. What were they gonna? I forgot what the original name was gonna be called, but yeah, somebody said they should call it New and Tasty, and bam,
Oh,
you,
maybe I could
dude,
get
yeah,
some
you
fame.
could be the precursor of the next sequel, dude. You get a personal thanks from Lorne himself. Put it
Well,
on the
I did
award.
actually get I was kind of lucky to get a pre-version of New and Tasty on Steam before it actually released.
Really?
Yeah, I mentioned that in one of my update videos. Actually, do I still have the email? I'm actually going to quickly check.
That's really cool.
I think
Nice.
I think I've still got the video up, but it was just I was just in college one day and I checked my email because I occasionally do, and I was like, wait a second, Oddworld Inhabitants, and sent me an email, and I was like, wait, what?
Wow, that's really cool.
The sad thing is though, my current PC's not really built for most PC games, but I was still just happy to have a copy.
Yeah, still, that's like, oh, that's cool.
So
God,
where is it?
not to be like extremely geeky or nerdy, but if I were you, like I would have print that email off, put it in a frame. Honestly.
Well, well, I won't say that. I won't say that I'm not a nerd or a geek or anything because I did fangasm in the middle of classes.
Oh, that's so. Oh, I'm a little bit jealous. That's awesome. Oh wow,
It's just it's a weird thing because I've never been lucky with that kind of stuff ever.
that must have been like a just
Uh,
kind of a little bit shocking in a good way, of course.
I'm trying to find where it is now. Which update? I've done many update videos. Which one is it? It's not that one. That's the one before. Padding. Yeah, this is all just padding. I can't seem to find it anymore. Yeah, just elevator music while I try and find an update video in a video where nobody will be able to see what I'm actually looking for.
Oh
Is
wow.
it this one? Yes, it is. I found it. Okay. I found it.
Oh, fantastic noozles.
Okay, so I actually thought it was fake at first,
Hmm.
but then I realized it wasn't because the email for Oddworld is press@oddworld.com. And the
Oh,
email said that Oddworld Inhabitants has given you access to their game Oddworld New and Tasty on Steam. Thanks. Please find your Steam code of Oddworld New and Tasty in this email. We look forward to seeing your impressions. Which I was actually planning on doing a review on this,
hmm.
and I'm working on that still. So there's going to be my impressions on it. And then they also gave some media assets, like there were some ringtones and some like unseen screenshots of things like that in there,
Yeah,
which was pretty cool.
that's really cool. So, how early did they give you that? Because the release wasn't too long
It
ago.
was February the 23rd, so it was a good few days before they actually released it on Steam.
That's nice. That's
Mm,
a little privilege.
yeah, and it was a good thing I blurred out the code as well.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Good move,
was just like really eccentric to find that.
dude. You should be. That's something to really. That's something to hold. Just
Yeah.
to be happy about. I mean, that's
I remember actually showing my dad the trailer for New and Tasty, and he also fangasmed.
good. Oh, I did. I do remember showing that trailer to a few of my friends, and it didn't faze them at all. And I was just like, "What's wrong with you? You just, ugh, whatever."
I think my older brother's the only one who actually has an actual playable copy of it. And I was jealous when I found out, but I managed to actually play on my birthday though, which was an experience because while it's a good game, it does also test the players of the old game because the level design is different and is a bit harder than what I'm used to,
Oh, good. That's
which is it's a good thing
yeah,
actually.
that's good. It's
Yeah.
re-challenges the older players from the classic era, but also brings a new light to newcomers.
Yeah, which I
That's
think is a brilliant thing.
That's a fantastic idea. If you're listening, inhabitants of Oddworld, you did a good job.
Should be.
You should be seriously. Just
Should be.
a little round of applause. You did a good job.
Insert slow clap video.
Oh, I might actually do that. Oh
Yeah.
wow. So, did you just spot it? Just came into my head a few seconds ago. Um, did you hear about the book that they released on their 10th anniversary? The big inhabitants book.
The what now?
They Oh man, I actually have a copy of it over there on the shelf. On the 10th year of I think it was 2007, they released this huge book. It was like it's like the Oddworld Bible of like all the games, all of the developers things,
Hmm.
and
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, Oddworld is old enough to drink this year. And actually, there's another thing that I am as old as I was Odyssey. Well, a bit older because November would be its birthday. If I
so
remember, is
you
it
that would
November
be
it came out?
that would be scary. You were born on the day it released. That would be
No.
men.
No. Well, I was born a good few months early, but that's something else to hold treasure. That I'm as old as one of my most treasured
Yeah,
games.
exactly. That's up there. That's Dude. This game franchise got a connection with you, man. This
Hmm.
is this is
There's a
something else.
connection between. Actually, I can't remember how we even found Oddworld. Really, that's the one thing that I don't remember is how we got it.
That's something. I vaguely remember picking up Oddworld. That
I actually think it was my uncle that introduced us to it. I can't really remember.
oh no, I'm
It
sending
might
you
have
some.
been.
I'm sending you some memory vibes.
It might have been. I don't know. Well, this is virtual memory, so.
We are supposed to be memorying stuff.
I do remember that my uncle introduced me to a lot of PS1 games. So I used to borrow lots of games from him when I was little, and then eventually he let me keep some of them. And maybe I think that we borrowed it off him at one point,
Yeah,
and
and
then we ended up buying it eventually. I think that's how we got it.
Back in the day where you could lend each other games
Yeah.
without fucking machine code refusing otherwise. Xbox One.
Back in my day,
No,
back in my day, we used to have complete games.
none of this DLC. Premium package forklift. I don't know what.
Premium package forklift. What?
I don't know.
I might
Oh.
actually make a Photoshop of that. A premium package forklift, pre-built and made ready for you to ride. But you need money for petrol. Wait, does a forklift use petrol? I don't know.
I don't know.
Probably. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I vaguely remember picking up Abe's Odyssey. I know I got the other games as a gift,
It,
birthdays, but the
it's, sorry, I'm just interrupting you. It's there.
no, no,
That's the problem with I do. It's weird because I don't remember getting the Oddworld games, but I do remember perfectly the day that I got Spyro 2.
hmm,
It from what I remember is that I think I can't remember what year it was, how old it was, but I just remember just opening a box and then just seeing this purpley weird looking character. And then I remember like my parents saying, "Well, we know you're like somewhat like dragons or something like that."
yeah,
So I think there was a show that I watched on TV about a dragon, if I remember correctly, or something like that. And I think that's what sparked my parents to get that for me.
right,
And well, fair play to them because
fair
it's a
play.
great
Yeah,
game.
it's a good game. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. And me myself, I think I'm the only person in the family that has beaten Spyro 1, 2, and 3 100%. And
I was about to ask, did you do it 100%?
my guilty thing, I'm gonna say, is now that when I've had Spyro 1, 2, and 3, all copies of them, but
Hmm.
I never bothered to play Spyro 1 properly until about 2012.
That's strange. Why is that?
I don't know, I never felt number one was that memorable.
Yeah,
But again, it was their first attempt, but it was
true.
really, well, I noticed that when I was doing my first full proper series on it, doing it 100%, I noticed how repetitive it got. And as a kid, I used to just cheat and go straight to Nasty Knock because I really couldn't be bothered to get all the gems because I just felt it was all too much to do it.
Hmm.
But now I notice that it's not that hard to do it, but it's just a bit boring and repetitive at times.
Yeah, I was about to say that it's the difference between the last two and the first one is the other two. It felt a lot more like the worlds felt way more lively.
Yeah,
They've a lot more characters and it's a lot brighter.
got a lot more things to do.
Exactly. And Sparrow One, it was a lot darker.
Was it?
I'd say so. I'd say Beast World was very
There
dark.
were some pretty dark tones. I mean, you had like nasty no minions with guns and
Yeah, I
stuff.
did thought that was really out of place, but
Well,
whatever.
well, there are guns in like the other games, but they're not to a random point, really.
Yeah, well, they were guns, but they weren't.
Technology.
Yeah, it wasn't technology. Oh, I've.
Mankind's worst creation. Yeah, that's a video. There's a guy called Dradix. He did a review on Spyro One. Just his, I think his Beastmaker's bit. It's just that's what I was quoting there.
Yeah.
It's it's the best bit. He just punches a toaster for no reason.
What the hell? Oh, whatever.
And actually, I think Cadaqués was in that as well
God, Icarus.
as a picture,
That's a
like
picture.
a talking picture that came to life, and
A talking picture.
a talking picture of Cadaqués,
A
like
film.
a framed picture of Cadaqués that came to life, and yeah, I'll just let your imagination flow from there.
That sounds wacky. I'm a little bit scared.
Mm.
Oh, so I have a confession to make.
Will you
I've
marry me?
I've been stalking you for years, man.
Oh God.
No, I have never 100% completed a game up until I'd say last year.
Really?
Yeah, all every I I fib to everybody because it's like, oh, you gotta play it all through, and I say, yeah, I've done it, but it's only to keep them down because My attention span is so short. A game has to be really good all the way through for me to play it all the way through.
Hmm.
That's why I totally agree with you when you say Spyro and the Oddworld games are good, because I played them all the way through to the credits. Granted, I didn't get 100%, like I didn't save everybody, or got all the gems and whatnot, but I got to the credits. But there's a lot of games that I just stopped because of repeated. They got repeated.
Yeah.
It was kind of sad,
Look
and
at
I'm
you, EA.
fucking EA. I'm
Ugh.
getting. Oh, there's a good video coming of that soon. I'm dropping the bomb there.
Shameless plugs for your own things. But I think when it comes to like Spyro and all that, is that like, well, mainly like Spyro 2 and 3, man, that you have a lot to do and that you keep coming back to it to figure out more and stuff. And it's not like a game where it's easy to 100% at all.
Mm,
Same goes for the Oddworld series, that like as well with that, it's like your first time playing it, you won't find every single Medocan.
no.
You'll start learning where all these hidden secrets are and all that, and then you keep coming back to it and back to it. Eventually, you'll be able to save all of them, and then you actually get something for actually saving all of them, and I believe you also get something for hardly saving any. I think in Abe's Odyssey, you can get infinite grenades for saving like the least amount you could save as like a trip deal. It's like you sick fucking here's some infinite grenades.
Oh wow, I gotta do that. That's awesome.
I think you can also do that from speedrunning the game as well, like in a certain timing as well, or something like that. And I believe uh, Munchie's Odyssey, I think not Munchie's Exodus teased Munchie's Odyssey if you saved all of them, I believe. I'm not sure.
That sounds like that. That
All
sounds.
I remember is that if you did what you need to do, like the screen would then like pan out and it would say coming soon 2000 Munchie's Odyssey, and then some Madoka would say don't try to play on your measly 32-bit system.
Swish. I want to get on the topic of character design because Abe, well, I think he was deliberately made to look like a person so we could empathize a little bit.
Hmm.
But, and with the Glockens looking
His
like,
fingers keep changing.
yeah, that
I
creeped me
blame
out. That
Japan really though for
me
that.
too.
Yeah, it is
Absolutely,
Japan's fault.
it is. It's that
And I like that Oddworld Times said no, fuck this, going back to four fingers.
that right. Okay, it's not our invention. It's Lorne's invention. You don't like it, you don't get it.
Actually, maybe I think in Japan is three fingers still, just to
Oh,
keep them happy. But unless they've
seriously.
gotten over the fact that they were stupid about it.
You got some Japanese modders like can play it the original way.
Yeah.
Just, but
But they actually that's interesting for it to bring up is that they did keep some Japanese changes from the Japanese version of Odyssey in New and Tasty with the whole the poster the when it reveals that they're gonna chop them all
oh
up
yeah, yeah.
that's the Japanese version.
What the
Yeah,
popsicle?
yeah, that's the Japanese version, and I like how they actually animated that instead in a way.
Oh yeah, because
And
the Western version is straight up just a head on a stick,
it's
isn't
just straight up just a head, not like.
it? Gross.
I think the Japanese poster made sense in Exodus as a more of a productive like poster kind of thing for like the food franchise. If food franchise is that the right term? Food production in a way is
Yeah.
advertising that kind of food, but like I think the whole head on the spike thing makes sense because of the darkness of Odyssey, and it makes Abe worry and want to save everyone else. But the thing is that in Odyssey, that he starts off not really knowing what the heck was that. I think that was my brother.
Woo!
Yeah. As I was saying, yeah, this isn't going to be perfect. um, that he starts out just worried, and
Hmm.
he realizes I must get out of here. But he doesn't actually know what he's doing up until the point of he falls down that cliff and
Yeah.
supposedly dies. Which is the thing I always thought about is that you save Mudokons along the way, but at that point Abe doesn't really know he has to save them.
Oh. Oh. Truth bomb. Just drop the truth bomb. That's. Oh wow. Yeah.
Which is also another thing which I kind of like because it makes sense. But in both Odyssey and Exodus, you have your first level and you get used to the controls. I mean, this doesn't really happen so much in Exodus because in Exodus you learn a bit more gimmicks. But in Odyssey, you beat the first section, you go through the stockyard, and you go through the free fire zone, and then you have the tutorial level.
Oh my word! Wow!
The mosaic lines is basically here's how you play the game.
Oh my lord! You are totally correct.
I've only just really thought about these kind of things as
Oh
well.
my god! That I
Also, there's another thing which I never noticed up until now, until I did the series, until I did the pre-recorded series for those three games, is that you know when you're in the mosaic lines, you have the choice of whether you want to go to Scribania and Paramonia.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if this is just the PC version, but if you go to Scribania first, Abel already have the Paramonia tattoo on his hand when you get to the end.
What?
Yeah,
What? Oh!
I even pointed it out. I was like, wait, where'd that tattoo come from?
Oh my lord!
Yeah.
Wow! There's a lot. You're making me want to. Yo, you're making me want to play that and poke holes in the the plot and everything. That's
That's the thing about when you get old is that you start to notice that
yeah.
maybe games have flaws, but still it's a great game.
Oh yeah, it doesn't
It
make
still
it.
is a great game.
Yeah, it doesn't make it any less great. I mean, I would still recommend it to anybody.
Yeah.
But
I mean, like for instance, when Sega first jumped Sonic into 3D with Sonic Adventure, I mean, that wasn't perfect, but it was still a good game.
yeah, the game's got loads of bugs.
Like Big the cat
Big.
suddenly looking like a flesh monster.
What even was that idea? I swear that was a marketing ploy.
Yeah, for Sega Bass Fishing.
Yeah, that was such a terrible idea. They could have added any character.
I do like now that like everyone associates Big the cat as like Jesus for some reason.
Sweet.
Actually, as like a Sonic Adventure 3 image that I found, which is obviously fake.
Oh yeah,
I
still.
think I found it. I think I found this in college, and me and my friend were just like laughing our ass off, just like for like 10 minutes straight. I'm gonna send it to you if I can just find it quickly.
I'll put it up on screen.
But yeah, put it up on screen. It's like it's just weird. Let's see, where is it? Here it is. Let me just
To the tentacle whiz biz.
the tentacle whispers.
Tentacle whiz.
Tentacle whispers. Not associated with Japan at all.
This podcast does not
uh,
contain hentai.
I think you're gonna like this. Oh, does it?
Or does it?
That's
Oh,
what they all say. Yeah.
okay, here we go. What the hell? The absolute crap. What? What the?
So
All right, just run through this with me. What are we looking at
so
here?
you've got the logo of Sonic Adventure 3, which is a weird logo. You've got random Gamma just standing next to it. Then you've got Sonic, transparent. You've got bad box art Mega Man, Pit, Eggman looking like they're having a whale of a time. And then you just got Big, like, as if he's like Jesus or something.
Oh my lord! What is this?
It's the best thing ever.
Oh, holy nugget! That. Hope you enjoyed that. That was. Oh my. Shit.
I think I've broken you now.
Oh, fucking Shaq Fu did that way before you, my friend. That was
Well, I've broken you again.
into little pieces.
I've broken you into little pieces. Yeah.
What the fuck is? Oh, oh
It's
god.
Palpatine. No, it's not Palpatine. It's the Emperor. Yeah. Do
Parts.
it. Do it.
Do
Do
it.
it.
What the fuck?
Screw it.
Screw it. Oh, dude. Oh.
I like how this has just gone onto a random. It's just gone random now.
Yeah, this has kind of become a silly hour. Oh.
It's over an hour. It's only 35 minutes.
Woo! If we can keep this up to an hour, then it will be.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be successful. Yeah.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew. All right. I'm going to take the silly carts off the rails and
Oh.
get back on topic. When I was on about the character and you jumped in, with the
Yeah.
whole
Sounds just good.
son of a bitch. And you jumped in with the whole Japanese changes. I
Yeah.
was about to ask you, what do you think about the later designs because of the whole uh, the slig with the helicopters and
I didn't really think there was anything wrong with that. I thought it was actually a good thing to expand more on the sligs themselves because you realise they don't actually have legs. Well, obviously that would be that's obviously like it's simple to understand from Odyssey. But at first I thought they were just half robotic at first until X just was like, oh wait, he hasn't got legs at all. What's he doing? No, oh, well now he's got legs. Okay. But it's like from Exodus and Munchie's Odyssey, you figure out, okay, there's different kinds of sligs now and that all that kind of stuff. And actually, I was actually looking into some Oddworld stuff recently, and apparently sligs, the reason why they wear the masks is because they look so ugly.
oh, I'm sure they're not that bad.
Actually, I saw there's a person made like a fan render of what a slig would look like without the mask, and it kind of looks weird.
Oh,
Um,
that's so strange though. I mean, I understand that, the Magog would industrialize and create legs for them because they don't have any. But that must have been like the slig's choice, honestly. It's like, you gotta create us some masks or some shit. I don't
me.
know.
I mean, they don't actually look that bad without a mask, but I
Yeah,
know.
whatever floats their pickle.
That's what they look like.
Oh, gee. Oh, that's a really well done render. I'm very
That's
impressed.
supposedly what they would look like. I actually used to think that pyramites were just human hands, because
They
they do
are.
in a way.
Oh my god, you're right. Yeah, I'm looking at my own hand right now and it's just hacking off.
But they do. I think they have 6 fingers. They have like the four and then like two on each side, like thumbs, and
Oh yeah,
they're
yeah.
weird. I like scrabs, so they're pretty cool. They're like
I couldn't work out what
giraffes.
they were supposed to be because the Paramites were
Scrabs,
trying to be like a
human
spidery
hands.
race, but
Yeah.
what the hell were the Scrabs?
Giraffe.
Giraffe.
A giraffe with like fingers.
A mutant cannibal giraffe.
Let's see. There's a definition for Scrabble.
Oh great. Please let it be good.
Hmm. I don't know. It's
Oh.
a. I don't really want to. I don't really want to. In case it's just rude.
Uh, yeah.
Oh, Scrabs are crab-like.
Oh,
Crab-like centroids with large claw-like beaks with for heads,
so the crabs.
essentially. Which I don't get crab at all.
I'm fine with that. I'm just a bit blown back is all. Just
I never thought there'd be crabs. I mean, look
yeah,
at it. It's
yeah.
a little like a giraffe.
Get a bloody picture up. Oh, Paramite Scrab. See, that looks like a
And
spider.
then and then you get them mixed up.
And then oh god, yes. Oh, to be fair though,
And then
when that did happen in the cutscene of the Odyssey, I did freak out. I was,
uh,
I
it
thought,
is weird because like when you first get to the stockyards, they're just shadow. They're just a shadow, the scrabs. You don't get to actually like see them properly until Scrabania.
I thought that was a neat idea though, because
Yeah,
if you didn't like read the manual or see anything prior, like they were completely new creatures to you, it would have been like,
shouldn't.
it was like, what the hell is that? It's just this shadow just skulking around, screaming at you. That would have been scared me.
What's this? Did you ever do that secret where you have to? Well, there's actually two of them, but the first one in the stockyard where you go into the background
Oh yes,
and then you got that secret bit where you're constantly being chased by that scrab where you're trying to save those two.
oh
Did
yes.
you always find that one really intense?
That one always, I spent so long on that. I I always kept failing because the actual puzzle itself is simple, but because of what's happening, it's
Yeah, you have to focus on the grid movement
yeah,
and the scrab itself.
so intense.
Yeah, I think my brother actually managed to break that puzzle somehow on New and Tasty.
Oh wow.
Like the scrab for some reason, which is on this little platform, just like spinning around, and then he couldn't get back.
Oh wow. You know, You just sparked a memory there. I do remember when I was younger playing Oddworld's Odyssey. I jumped too early on that part, the intense part we're talking about. I jumped way too
Oh,
early.
did you then
Cau-
like grab onto the
I
ledge?
caught the ledge, but the scrab carried on following me and just died.
Oh yeah, yeah, I've had that happen sometimes. I was
Yeah,
like,
it's like whoa,
oh.
cool. So,
I've actually had times when I grab the ledge, the scrab then like jumps over, but then stands where I'm under. Like I get up, he didn't attack me at all.
oh,
He doesn't
it's
attack me for some reason. I'm like, oh okay, you're not gonna.
you're just gonna.
Yeah.
All right then.
There was actually one time where this has happened quite a lot of times. Some people, I don't know how I did it, but I managed to get a slug on my side
What?
as Abe.
Do you wanna? Do you
I don't
wanna?
know how you do it though, but it was just weird. It's just chasing from a slug, then suddenly are you on my side now for some reason?
Suddenly.
Yeah. Because my annoying brother just kicked my door in, yelled at me, and
Just
wouldn't go away.
bust open the door. What's up, you?
No, he just yelled saying you can have garlic bread, and I was like, okay.
Yes, thank you. Oh,
Ugh, that's my
that-
brother for you. What was I saying there?
we were talking about the weird slug glitch that you don't
Oh
understand
yeah,
how it did.
I really don't know how I did it, but just the slug was on my side for some reason. I couldn't do anything with it though because like there's no command for Abe to
Yeah,
command the slug, but
it was just with you.
it was just there.
But
But actually, there's another slug glitch that I sometimes like to do on the PC versions. That actually there's two glitches, a similar kind of thing. But when you first encounter the slugs in the free fire zone, if you do it right, you can actually jump over the slug without it getting you.
really,
Yeah,
that's cool.
it's really weird. And if you know the bit in Mosaic Lines where you got the which when I was a kid, I actually thought that the password guys were just another Abe because they were also blue.
Oh yeah,
Um, but if you like spam the whistles and then crap, just before he like says no, if you run, you can just jump over him.
oh sweet. Oh, I'm so gonna do that. I've always wanted to just run by, but
It's
it's
like you've really got to spam the crap out of the whistles and then just like instantly just run and then leap over him. Like
just
screw you.
just confuse him.
Yeah.
Just
But you can't do that for everyone though because there's some weird placement for
all
them.
right.
But it's an interesting glitch.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's nice to talk about. Um, okay. In terms of world design with the game, uh, obviously, I think we can both agree it's pretty much breathtaking. It's
Yeah.
it's very
Especially new and tasty.
so
Oh my god.
pun
I mean, like
intended.
when I was playing New and Tasty because it was we were in the living room, big TV, and all that, and I got to Paramount. I was like, oh my god, this is
Oh.
amazing. Then my mum just said, you know, there's places like this outside. You know, I was like, no, there isn't.
It's
What, are you
like,
crazy?
it's like you're crazy. The world's just industrialized. There's no trees.
There's no trees.
Trees are gone. It's just made of plastic now. Everything's plastic.
That's the one thing I did like about New and Tasty is how instead of you know how in the original it was just like oh let's see some paramites like running forward and scrabs running forward how they made a cutscene instead
Oh yeah.
like you had like you saw the sligs like hunting down the scrabs and then you had the sligs like teasing the paramite into that trap. I actually really like those.
Oh yeah. I was. It is neat because that's a question I always had when I was a kid. Because it's like, yeah, they're hunting down these animals, they're getting them and catching them for meat, but how?
Hmm.
It's like surely scrabs would overpower a slig, no problem. But in the cutscenes, like you say, it shows how they're overpowering the wildlife.
I think the scrabs are frightened of gunfire. I think
Without, I think anybody would be
yeah,
really. You just,
except for sligs.
oh
But
yes,
then again, sligs are just dumb.
they are thick.
And that's why I love them so much. Especially, I think what I find hilarious is that Sliggs can't jump except for that news presenter.
Oh my god, yeah, you're right. He does jump.
Yeah, just like, I'm out of here, boing.
Oh yeah,
The only Slig that can jump is a news presenter.
the news presenter.
A news presenter. He's the best Slig.
He is.
Well, that and the pimp Slig.
Oh god, the pimp slick.
That's less amazing.
That suit. That confused me because it's like the other Glock star didn't have a fucking pimp slick. It just yeah, never mind. He can do what he wants. He's rich.
Yeah. And then Abe just tosses all his money away.
All of it.
All of it.
All of it. What
Give it.
makes? oh, oh god, you just what about the Vikers? What do you think of
Uh,
those?
at first they were creepy as fuck, but like, I just liked the design.
Oh yeah, I love the design, but I gotta tell you, I wet my pants the first time I saw one. I didn't know what to think. I was so confused.
And we went all over the shop.
Hmm.
I don't know, I've never really found the designs to be creepy, honestly. I don't know why. I just like them.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. Maybe you just
I
why?
like that. I like how the world's called Oddworld, and yes, it is odd, but it's not that odd,
Yeah,
really.
it's strange because I think it's because there's a lot of human qualities about it,
Yeah,
like how they interact with each other, how they
nature versus technology.
yeah, it's very us. It's very first world versus third world kind of thing. I think if it was totally out of the picture, that kind of lifestyle with like mass producing and everything, and Glocken's being like big suits with money, and if it was more alien, like
Hmm.
just more, just not, just doesn't make any sense to us, then I think the game might be a little bit creepy. But at the same time, I think saying that, I don't think it would have been as successful either.
Hmm.
Because I'd say that was the main selling point. Because I'd say a lot of people who were aware of video games at that time. Because I don't think me and you were, because we were quite young.
Yeah.
So we
Like
just played it because
there
we
was a
liked
lot
it.
of stuff that I never noticed when I was a kid. Like for example, in the Free Fire zone, how you've got those Medokans that are impaled, like in the
Oh
foreground and
yeah.
background. I never noticed that as a kid until recently. It's like, oh
Oof.
my god. Well, this just got darker.
This is nasty.
Also, there's one interesting question.
Hmm.
What if Abe never was working late that one night? What would have happened? What would be going on?
They'd be all dead.
Well, yeah, true, but like, how different would like Oddworld be? Like, you'd still have Rupture Farms going, and
I
you'd probably still have
think.
Soulstorm Brew going. It's just the question of what if Abe was never in that moment?
Uh, I'd
Because
like
he goes from being a scrub worker to the savior of the Medokans in like a flash from just that one
pretty
moment.
much, yeah. It's because he was being a snoop.
Snoopy boasted.
Snoopy boasted.
To be fair, though, I mean that meeting room location was really weird.
A daft location. I mean, it, what? Why is it there? Of all places. I mean, I expected it to be a lot more regal, if that's the right word. I
Hmm.
mean, that's what it looked like in Exodus, where
I
all
actually
the
used to find that the meeting rooms were weird in design. That I thought Mullock was always stuck on that platform just for all eternity.
forever. This is like you got the job,
Forever.
but you can't leave.
Because he is there for pretty much the whole game until like the ending.
Yeah.
Which I think they changed that in New and Tasty when you escape from Rupture Farms. There's another cutscene. Shows Mullock like just going "Hooray" at these monitors.
Just yeah. They still didn't
Yeah.
give him a voice, but whatever. Well,
Yeah.
he has a voice, but it's very muffled.
It's more understandable in New and Tasty.
Very new and very tasty.
Do it. He even says do it.
It does say do it as well.
Do it.
Oh, dude. If there's any modders out there,
Do it.
look up the sound file for Game Grumps with the do it and replace Mullock's
Yeah.
do it with that
Yeah.
and
Do it.
put it up. Please. That'd be fun. Oh, Grumps. You silly bastards.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're actually kind of one of my inspirations with those three gamers, in fact.
Really?
Yeah. Well, just the whole doing games of friends, that bit,
Yeah.
and then there's a main Let's Play group called. Have you ever heard of the Super Game Brothers?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I've heard of them.
Yeah. I watched them like pretty much every day, but they're the main inspiration to me wanting to do something similar.
Sweet.
So that's why now I have those three games with one of my best buds and my girlfriend.
Woohoo! I did
Mhm.
wonder if she was your babe. I was thinking, oh, that would be so cool. Like, it just, I don't know. I hope that doesn't sound like a little bit weird, but it just sounds a little bit romantic to me. I'm into that cheesy soppy shit. uh,
Why you gotta be so cheesy?
oh man. What you know? What? Whilst we're on the topic of that new channel, what for anybody who's interested, what would you be expecting for that?
Everything.
Everything,
Everything.
everything, and anything.
Well, I don't know really, because we're just taking things a little bit slowly right now. Because Lane's Australian,
Hmm.
and we're hoping to get him to be able to move over here. Because then when he gets to move over here, then that's when all three of us will be able to do most content all together, doing everything live. But we'll still be doing live stuff
Yeah.
now. But I'd kind of like to be able to do like the whole Oddworld series, and I'm thinking of doing all the Sonic games in a chronological kind of order, all that kind of jazz and stuff like
Mm,
that. And we're all going to be doing our own stuff
yeah.
together. It should be fun.
Yes, because you all do have your own channels, don't you? Yeah.
Well, Lane's starting up his own channel, but me and Lydia have the more active channels
Right, I
out the
see.
three of us.
Yeah. I think I think he sent me an email, Lane,
Oh
asking.
yeah,
To,
yeah, he did.
yeah.
He did actually tell me today.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll add. Yeah. Sure. I mean, we'll do it. It's just it was so out of the blue, and I was just like, oh god.
He asked me if we were doing anything, and then I told him that I was going to be in this episode, and then he just said, "Well, I'm his 275th sub." I was like, "Oh, that's nice."
275, so close to 300.
Yeah, really?
So
That was
close.
quick.
That was quick. I did the 200 special not too long ago.
Was it the Shaq Fu?
Fuck Shaq Fu.
Fuck you, chef.
Seriously, that game. Ah, don't have it anymore.
Okay. Hmm. That's a good question. What's your most hated game ever?
Oh,
Not Shaq Fu.
it's not. It isn't Shaq Fu.
Just not Shaq Fu.
Hate is a really strange word to use because there are a bunch of games I
Hate,
dislike and find
despise,
boring.
dislike. Hmm.
But when I want to use the word hate, it has to really come from within because there are things I just find annoying and bothersome. But to hate something takes a lot of energy.
Hmm.
I hate. It's not so much the games, but I might as well hate them because of the community it spawned. Oh god, I'm gonna get ready for the hate for this. The Call of Duty franchise.
Same here. I don't care what anyone says. They're repetitive. They crap at the same shit every year. Lots of people would agree with us.
Yeah, they would, but a lot of people will have us strung up and beaten and
Quake is better.
oh my god, shit.
No,
It's
but yeah, I lost interest after COD 4.
yeah, same here. A lot of people did. I have somebody I speak to online quite a lot. He runs a channel called FRM Gaming, and he talks about because he liked it a lot when he was younger, and it's changed so much now. So to just like you
Well,
said, repetitive crap, just
ripping off of other games now.
pretty much, yeah.
Hmm.
But the thing that baffles me is how successful it still is. I mean, there are some video game franchises out there who do the same trick, like pulling off ideas, doing the same thing over and over again, and they're failing. But yet, Activision are still trucking, and it baffles me.
It's weird. Well, it's probably because all the fans are stupid. No, they're just dumb.
Oh my god.
No, I read now, and they're not all stupid. There's some
Oh no,
good people out there who play. I mean, like the thing I don't get is why does everyone get so hyped and surprised over another release? I mean, when they know another game's going to come out the next year,
yeah,
the
you got a
next
point
year,
there.
the next year, the next year. Same with Skylanders.
Yeah, oh god.
I honestly thought Skylanders Trapped In would have been the last one because that would have made sense, but now it's also Activision. Skylanders 5, 6,
Yeah,
7,
yeah.
8, 9, 10. Yeah.
Activision.
Skylanders with a vengeance.
Skylanders, Modern Warfare.
Skylanders Modern Warfare. I actually would buy that.
I would as well. It's not a bad idea. Oh, that'd be the first Activision game I bought in years. Oh,
Skylanders.
all right then.
Modern
I'm gonna flip the table. I'm gonna flip the table. What about you? Is it same answer? What'd you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind. There's,
Fuck Skylanders.
yeah.
I really enjoyed Legend of Spyro.
Hmm. It's
And I was hyped to see the film, and then Activision cancelling it really pissed me off.
yeah, that disappointed me. I mean, I only played the first one. I didn't get any others, but I still liked it enough. But yeah, same here. I was hyped when I heard about the movie, and then
I really do like the Legend of Spyro trilogy, but now, after growing up a bit more, I realised that the second game was pretty pointless.
yeah,
The console version, that is, because there's a lot of it that didn't need to be in it. There's lots of points that you could have just ripped out, which the Game Boy version actually rips all of that out. It's a shorter game, it's much better.
oh sweet. There you go. You're a hot tip.
A hot tip, play the Game Boy version. It's like you had the pirate ship section, which went on for ages. Game Boy version, about 10 minutes.
Wow.
Final level, console version, takes ages. Game Boy version, you have a mini boss, then the final boss, that's it.
Done,
Done.
dusted.
Done, Dustin.
Yeah, some games really do outstay their welcome. It's
I think it's because A New Beginning and Eternal Light were too similar, and then the third game was fantastic. Pardon me. Yeah, the third game was fantastic, and just the whole idea behind it. I
oh
just loved
man.
it.
Oh sweet. This is really neat. There is seesawing between Oddworld and Spyro. But let me ask you something.
Mm.
What if? No, this is actually a fucking dumb idea, but I'm going to say it anyway. What if they mix the two worlds?
Oddworld and Spyro.
Yeah.
How would that make sense? Like,
It wouldn't
I'm
work.
Spyro. Spyro, what actual what impression is that, mate? I'm Spyro. Spyro the dragon. It's like I'm Rob Schneider. I don't even know what I'm saying, but I don't know.
No, neither do I. I've only just thought about it. It's not something I've sat
Well,
and thought about
actually,
it.
the Oddworld Inhabitor was trying to push Abe for Smash. Actually,
Really?
yeah, which I actually kind of think would kind of work in a way,
Yeah.
somewhat. I don't know.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think it's going to be Bayonetta. Tell you
mm.
the truth, man. The votes for her have fucking gone through the roof. It's
I'm now trying to think of what series could cross over to Oddworld now.
I
I
don't
mean, you
think
had
so.
like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, but those sucked.
Yeah, I mean that kind of made sense because they were kind of similar,
Yeah.
like in the light and bright and happiness. But
What,
yeah, they did suck
what could cross over to it?
with Oddworld. There's not much. I mean, it's so unique.
It is pretty unique that you can't really just lob a franchise into it.
No,
Hmm.
it's a shame Oddworld didn't make more games. Really, I mean,
Well, let's hope they do. No.
I hope so. I hope this new plan they've got going to get more funding with the HD stuff is. I hope it works. Seriously, just make something new. I'd be fine with that. I don't think any of us would be really disappointed if when I say you, I mean I'm talking to Oddworld inhabitants if they happen to be listening. If you guys happen to just pack up shop after you've released HD Exodus, because then you've HD'd all of your games. If you
Mhm.
guys just decided to, we're done, we're going to pack up shop, we're closing, it'd be sad, but at the same
Yeah.
time, it'd be like, well, okay. I mean, it's you've done, as far as I'm concerned, you've given your gift to the world.
Mhm.
It's those games, just they're great,
They are pretty fantasticals.
fantasticals.
Like
Abs-
if it did pack up shop, I mean, it would be sad that we wouldn't know what the whole Heroes of Oddworld thing was gonna
Yeah,
lead up to be. Was there gonna be 5 games and then a sixth game about like them all coming together and doing something like that kind of thing, or something like that?
that would be so. I'd enjoy it. I would I just want them to finish the games.
I
I,
want the
I
games.
want the games, which is
Yeah.
no pressure and all, but hurry up.
No, don't hurry up. Don't listen to what he's saying.
Yeah,
Take your
seriously, take your
time.
time. Yeah. We don't need any more unfinished shit.
I mean, to be honest, there's loads of people telling them to hurry up, but I'm like, no, you don't want a
No,
broken
no,
game.
no broken game. We don't need a
This is a
broken.
fragile company, okay?
Yeah, seriously. There's
With
not
the legendary limitless luscious lawn line.
the limitless, luscious lawn land.
Legendary. Legendary limitless.
Lemon,
Yeah, get it right.
legendary,
You don't want to displease
limitless
them.
lemon lawn
Lemon juice.
lemon juice. Oh god, that would be so gross.
Legendarily.
Just approach him like, hey,
Hungry Barclays, man.
what?
Yeah, I wonder if Lydia might be watching this. She'll know what I just said.
Shout out.
Actually, should I? Should I?
Maybe. I don't
Okay,
know.
well, I'll just say that. Well, me and Lydia met up one time. We were just chilling, and there was this guy who was just like yelling crap. I actually thought he had Tourette's at first,
Yeah.
but then later we realised there's a bank over there, and he's yelling at the bank.
Oh.
And then we were kind of mocking him, like saying, "He keeps yelling at that building. What's that building done to him?"
Fucking hell. It's like Barclays slapped him around the head at one point. Just God. Oh man.
What?
Yeah. Speaking of random people shouting at things, I have a little. We'll get back on games after in a second, but I
Nice
have.
virtual memories, aren't
It is virtual memory.
they?
We have to finish on video games, otherwise this will just turn into a daft podcast, which it already is.
It already is.
But this didn't happen too long ago. About a couple of weeks ago, I was on the bus visiting a friend, and this little old lady sat next to me. I was sitting next to the window, and she had the seat on the inline.
Ugh.
She turns around at me and goes, "Do you save your bus tickets?" And I say, "Excuse me, do you save your bus tickets?" Oh yes, I do. If there's a bucket at the front where you put it in
Yeah.
for them, I put it in. But if it's not there, I stick it in the bin. She goes, "Oh, I save them. I do." So, oh, why'd you do that? I give them to my granddaughter. Now then, at this point, I'm quite intrigued, so I engage her some more, and I say, "That's a strange thing. Why'd you give them to your granddaughter?" And she says to me, "Fuck off! It's none of your business." And gets up and
Wow.
leaves. Gets off the
Wow.
bus. I know. I was like, "Oh
Wow.
my god!"
If it wasn't important, why'd tell you in the first place?
Just start a story and just insult me and leave.
I think she does that to give to her daughter so that she can get on the bus for free.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, I
because
didn't.
there's some day saver tickets are pretty similar to regular tickets, so
I
maybe that's why.
guess so. It doesn't explain how she got so hostile at the end.
Hmm.
Fucking whatever.
People are weird.
Granny weird. Avoid grannies.
Well,
Yeah.
people are weird. Women are good, mostly, except
No,
for that granny.
that's singular.
Catchphrase.
People are good, except for that granny.
Except for that singular granny.
I'm gonna call her Bobbins. Granny Bobbins.
Granny, Uncle Doris. Uncle Doris.
Doris.
What?
Woo.
What?
Oh,
Uncle Doris. What?
Doris.
Uh,
Oh, thought did just spring to mind though. What would you think if Lorne decided to get back into storytelling again and writ up the Oddworld franchise as a book? Like the
I would buy it out of stock.
yeah, seriously, I'd buy it if he like. It doesn't matter if it was based on the games or he just did an entirely new series, got nothing to do with Mudos, like it's a new continent or something. I'd buy it because the dude's a good storyteller. It's dude can make some good stories. I mean, I'm sure he's thought about it, but at the same time, what do you really want to do with it? I mean, he's got so much on his plate right now as it is, with just add water and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be interesting to see, probably.
Maybe. No, I don't know. It's books. It's not really.
I'm not really into books. I'd still buy it, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not much of a book guy. I've only got a few, but yeah. If it was an audiobook, then maybe.
Yeah.
Fall to sleep with that shit.
An audiobook with the voice of Abe.
Oh my god! Yes! I wouldn't go annoying.
All over my face.
Ah, do. Oh. God. Bring it down. You should stop chuckling. You're really pleased with yourself, aren't you?
I'm trying to make you do those kiddie noises.
The giddy noises.
You keep doing that crazy taxi video.
What the
I don't know what was making you make those noises.
I don't know. I think I reverted back to being a kid again. I did play Crazy Taxi a lot when I was like 10. Oh, I still haven't played the second game. I mean, I have it, but I just haven't played it. I don't know what's wrong with me. Oh, whatever. Crazy Taxi! Oh. One more thing I want to try and wrap up with you, because we've pretty much touched everything on Oddworld, but
I'm sorry.
we've...
Touched.
Oh, yeah, we've...
I beg your
we've pretty much spoken pretty much about everything about Oddworld, but we only scraped
the barrels.
the barrels of what it is we actually do love about the franchise. We're going to get deep here. We're going to get philosophical, brother.
Feels.
We're going to get some feels on the go here.
Yeah.
Is that your... Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Great.
Oh.
I know this is like a lot to ask, because normally it takes a while to compose thoughts of this caliber, but I think people need to
There is
stand.
something behind the main reason why Oddworld is mostly my treasured kind of series thing.
Sure.
Is that going into a bit of a touchy sort of person thing, which I feel I could kind of talk about just a bit. Is that my dad has multiple sclerosis,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe that's the reason why I treasure our memories of playing Oddworld together, because he can't really do that anymore.
Oh, right. That makes... Wow. That's really big of you to just tell me that. I mean,
Well, I have already written that blog about it.
I know, yeah, but not all everybody. It's like, I'm not dissing people out there, but not a lot of people enjoy reading. But hearing it from you, right here, your voice. I mean, knowing full well I'm going to upload this within the next 3 days. I mean,
I don't really mind if you do put it. Like, I kind of want to push awareness for multiple sclerosis in a way. So
Absolutely. Oh wow. Damn it, what's that noise? Anyway, but we've... Oh wow, I think we've pushed two illnesses. I mean, the first podcast was about brain surgery, and this one's about multiple sclerosis, if I said that right. MS. Not just there. Wow. But that's a fantastic reason. I mean, I could sit here for 20 minutes talking to you about why Oddworld means so much to me. But your reason would shit on it every time. I mean, it's that simple. So it's...
well, to be truthful, if you had never posted that first visual virtual memory, I would never have made that blog.
Really?
No, I would
Oh.
never really had the courage to. Because I did try making a video about that, but I really couldn't do it.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
Oh, I'm a little bit touched. I hope you're listening, Lizzie. You helped with that. You fucking touched on your
It was a good video, actually. I remember actually it was a few hours before I had to go to college. I was just sitting there listening to it,
yeah.
and then I had to go. I was like, oh, I wanted to listen more.
I kind of regret like being so tired on that day, because then there's some parts during that podcast there were parts where you could hear me. I was trying to stay awake, and my laughs were
Really?
so lazy.
I didn't
Yeah.
hear that. I think I was just focusing on the story, to be honest.
Yeah,
It
true.
was actually pretty
I, I
serious.
I was worried about being rude. That's why, because she was pouring her heart out. She was telling every little detail, and there was me just going, yeah, yeah, that's true, is it? Because I was so gonked. It was 1 a.m. that I had to speak to her because she didn't have any other time period. So I was so... Oh.
Yeah.
So tired. So I'd
Time zones are a pain.
yeah, but seriously, I'm glad people enjoyed that, and I'm glad no one noticed that was.
I actually thought you were just saying that because you didn't want to interrupt
No,
and
I didn't
you
want
were
to interrupt.
feelsing.
I was feeling. I didn't want to tell her, but there was a point where, uh, when she was talking about what was it? Which part of the story was this? I can't remember. If it was before or after the surgery. I think it was. It was after. Yeah, it was after her surgery. She went to school, back to school, and the teachers still didn't believe her, like about the whole head surgery thing, and like the students and all that were still picking on her, and the teachers just couldn't give a crap, regardless.
I was actually shocked at that, really.
That was the thing. I almost shed a tear, dude. I was about to weep. No, seriously, I was. I'd
I
say,
won't lie that I was actually really shocking to hear that, really. Like,
yeah.
because I know that depression is also a big thing.
Mm,
That's a reason why depression tends to happen to a lot of really nice people. And it's quite a shame, really.
it is. It's sad because it's so like, what exactly do we gain by treating each other like crap? I mean,
Absolutely fuck all. Yeah,
fuck all. I mean,
nothing.
even the people that we associate to say, oh, he deserved it. Did he? Did he really? Did he could be acting out. This dude who's acting out right now could be one of the nicest people I've ever met, and you just met him on a bad day, and
Mm.
yeah, you'll spark something if you attract negativity with negativity. You've always, I mean, it's such it. Talking about this, it's such a bigger thing than any of us really.
Mm.
It's been going on for years, and we just us talking about it's not going to change anything. It's not
You
like,
never know. It
well,
could be some spark. Never. Well, I'm not going to say never because that's a horrifying word.
never say never. But
No,
I know it's
just
cheesy, but you're
ugh.
right.
You're saying never twice in the same thing.
Don't give up, I'd say. Yeah.
Because that's kind of the reason why I'd like to start doing charity work and stuff like that. And I'm doing work experience at a charity shop, which in a way learning how charity shops work. But I feel that there's loads of illnesses out there that don't really go noticed,
Yeah.
and they need to be pushed out more, and they are serious.
Yeah.
And when it
It's
comes to things like depression, you have loads of people who say you're just attention seeking. That really
yeah,
pisses me off.
that's a fuck, yeah, you got a point. Now that's a really big one because it's all subjective. All of it
Mm,
is. That person really, really, really could have it. Like it could be the worst it could be, and this person's really trying today to act the best they can to just because they don't want to burden their friends. I mean, if I had depression, I really would try to push it down just so I could act normal in front of my friends.
mm.
And if I was out one day and rumors sparked round and it was just like, oh, there's the attention-seeking hippie dick balls, whatever. And what if you just can't control it one day,
Yeah,
and it just makes you feel worse? It's the risk is too high. It's it's too high just to have your hicks and yucks and make fun of somebody that of an illness that you don't understand. I don't understand. I can't tell you for one moment that I understand people's depression. I understand what they're going through. I've never had it, but I'm not that ignorant to walk around and say to people, "You're a knob. Stop acting weird." It's
it really honestly because I don't have I don't have depression, but
yeah.
if Lydia, if you're watching this, I hope you don't mind me saying,
Hmm.
but she has depression,
Ooh,
and I've honestly been doing my best to keep her happy in a
that's
way.
good on you, man. I mean, you're trying. That's all you can ask for,
Mm.
really, until we work out why it happens. So,
Honestly, I was saying that I'm still really proud of her, but she managed to make a video about her depression.
oh really?
Yeah,
Oh wow, we'll put that in the link too.
and
So
that's actually one of the most popular videos on her channel.
I'd say so because that's really big to like just like you. Damn it, you two are so fucking brave. Right?
Well, She's braver than I am. No, that's the truth. If you're watching this, you are braver than me, Lydia.
Oh, smooches. But on seriously though, that's really brave. And it's. But yeah, if you do have depression and you're listening to this, just try your best. That's all you can ask for. And just try to surround yourself with people who understand. And if they don't understand, like me, but they're still, they're still willing to try and find them because they will help you out. And I know it's really tough sometimes because you get connections with people who are dicks, but you've known them for such a long time, and you think they're friends. Get rid of them. Because I know it's sad to say that because I did have a bunch of quote friends end quote. I knew them for years, but they were just asses. They just were, and it was at the point where I'm better off about them. And the second I dropped them, everything started to go right. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. So if it's like depression affects you in so much ways, and I think the biggest cause is people. So try and find links of where it is that is dragging you down, because that's what happens with my anxiety. I severed the links of the people who were making me feel nervous, and it's working. So that's my advice to you.
Some good advice.
Yeah. Do you have any advice, Liam?
I don't know really, because I've never really been affected by people having depression until now. So,
It's noise.
I don't know really, because I think Lydia's the only person I know who has depression. So it was kind of a shock to learn that, really. Because when I first met her, I didn't really see that she would be a person who had depression at first.
Sometimes it's the people who seem the kindest. It's scary. Because my girlfriend at the moment, I often wonder if she does have it, but I don't know. I think it's something else. I don't think it's depression, but it's something. There's a complex going on. I hope she doesn't mind me talking about it.
Yeah.
But
And I hope that Lydia doesn't mind me bringing up her depression over.
I'm sure they're okay. Well,
I'm sure she'd be fine with it.
we'll find out. Well, if we're both dead in 3 days' time, then
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, rip.
Rip.
GG.
Well, we bear it together. We'll save the money. Oh god. Oh damn. Wow. I just realised what kind of podcast this was. Talking about games.
Bit of everything, really.
Bit of everything, yeah. That was wow. We're getting really good at this.
Yeah.
Like to have you back again someday. That is cool. Have a repeat guest.
A repeat guest.
Repeat it.
And then maybe I could star in that one with Lane.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. If he wouldn't mind, of course. I mean, depends if he wants to do a one-on-one, or if you want to join in. Whatever, it'll be fun.
I'm sure he wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
He'll be watching this anyway, probably.
I hope so. Hey yeah. Hello there.
Hi there.
Hey yeah. Sorry.
Mom, get the camera.
Oh, whatever. God.
Yeah. That's
Hmm?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Ranters.
it's good rant. A good rant.
Ranters of the banter.
Rant a bant.
Banter.
Well, I think we should close this off now. It's been a good, rough, almost an hour and 20 minutes of podcast, I'd say, give or take the pre-time. So how would you say did you enjoy yourself here, Liam?
Yeah, that's sad. I like how you just call it Lee.
Liam.
Like, Lee.
There was a burp coming, but it stopped, so I kind of just.
No, I definitely enjoyed myself on it, actually.
Sweet.
It was random, but fun.
Good. That's how we like it here. Just kick back. Ugh.
It got a bit personal at the end, but
What? Oh, personal in the end. Yeah, yeah, it did. Well, if you didn't mind, I mean, it's life.
Yeah, it's life.
It's life. I don't know the song. I'm not.
That's what people say.
Alright then. Well, I hope you enjoyed listening, folks, because we are out. We're
Thanks
done.
for having me on the show.
Right, no problem. Thank you for being here, Liam. Thank you for talking about games and your life.
I never really mentioned my life. What are you talking about?
Well, that's true. I better
For all
go.
you know, I could be a goat.
Cool.
Or a centaur. Hmm?
Or a fish.
Yeah.
Or that
But,
pretty
but
place.
yeah, yeah.
Cliff.
Anyway.
Whatever. Okay, we're done. That's it. Podcast is over.
Bye!
Bye.